Good afternoon. All right, so the NHL scheduling today is kind of ridiculous. So I have to pause the game I'm watching to review the first three games. It's the only chance I'm going to get today, really, unless I don't like the other options. So we're going to start off. We're going to talk about Edmonton and Buffalo, a game that looked like it was done, then it wasn't, and then it was. So it's Skinner versus Luukkonen. It'll make sense. Near miss for McLeod on an opening rush, but 29 seconds in, Ryan McLeod scores. He buries a one-timer, Draisaitl and Foegele with the assists. So early on, it looks like Edmonton might run away with this. McDavid has a rush that's defended. The Oilers press 4 minutes in. Nurse has a screenshot that's saved and cleared. Tuck has a net drive that nearly ties it. The Oilers draw a power play. That's killed off. Byram has a one-timer that's held. I'm telling you, Byram's really playing well in Buffalo right now. Bouchard to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, near miss there. We then get a power play for Buffalo, and via a 2-on-0 break, Foegele scores from McLeod. So at 14:18 of the first period, it's 2-0 for Edmonton. But during that same power play, Tage Thompson would score from Tuck and Byram at 15:35. So there's Bowen Byram with a helper. The Oilers press with a minute and a half left, but it is 2-1 Edmonton after the first. Second period. Crossbar for Clifton past a screen. The Oilers press are kept to the outside. Corey Perry gets robbed in close. Sabres press 5.5 minutes in. We get a power play by the Oilers, and there's a shorthanded rush by Cousins during that. That power play is killed off. Shots are 5-3 Edmonton, 8.5 minutes in. We get a post for Thompson. Those posts got to work out today. Buffalo hit 4 of them that I heard and saw. UPL denies Brown on a turnover because Connor Brown's not allowed to get a goal. The Oilers go back to the power play. That's killed off. The Sabres press are kept to the outside. Byram has the screenshot. That's held. The Oilers press with 4.5 minutes left. Cousins has a wraparound. That's blocked. It stays 2-1 Edmonton after 2. Third period. There's a post for Jost in the first minute. I tried to figure out a way to write that it wouldn't sound silly, but there isn't. Cousins has a rush chance. That's held. There's a near miss for Kulak on a rebound. Shots are 3-2 Buffalo, 4.5 minutes in. Oilers press are kept to the outside. There's a 3-on-1 for the Oilers that misfires. There's a post for Tuck. Puck's cleared out. McDavid has a net drive. That's saved. And then on a backhand at 11:39, Buffalo ties it. It's Bryson getting the goal to tie it up. Sabres then press for the lead. Kane had a last-minute wrister that's held. But yeah, we're going to overtime. Unexpected overtime. The Oilers control early. Thompson has a shot that's held. Hyman steals. Cousins steals it back. Tuck loses the handle, and then Owen Power scores. All right, everybody, we're all done. Everybody go to the showers. It's 3-2 win, but it was offside. So they review it, and they're like, yeah, it's offside. Everybody get out here. So they played the last 20 seconds. We go to a shootout. Alex Tuck gets the winner in the shootout. Buffalo still wins at 3-2, this time in a shootout instead of overtime. Buffalo goes to 30-30-5 with the win. With the shootout loss, the Edmonton Oilers 38-21-3. Shots on net, 10-7 Oilers in the first, 14-6 Oilers in the second, 10-7 Buffalo in the third. In the overtime, shots are 4-1 for Buffalo. Final shots 32-27 for the Oilers. Power plays, Edmonton 0 for 3, Buffalo 1 for 1. The hits 40-14 for Buffalo. Skinner saved 25 out of 27. Luukkonen saved 30 out of 32. All right, Nashville and Columbus. I got to make sure that I don't end up losing my place in the TV. Anyways. So Lankinen versus Tarasov in this one. Early power play for Nashville. That's killed off. Shots are 2-0 Preds, 3 minutes in. There's a near miss for Zucker as Nashville presses. I thought he looked good for them today. Nylander misses one high from the slot. There's a post for Texier on a 2-on-1 rush. The shots on net are 9-0 Nashville at the half. And at 12:18, Sherwood on a rush on the 15th shot for Nashville scores. At this point, Columbus still stuck at 0. But Columbus would wake up. They get some pressure in the final 5 minutes. They press with 4.5 left. Sillinger has a net drive chance. That's held. It remains 1-0 Nashville after 1. Second period. Olivier's denied. Things get pushy. O'Reilly is denied on a one-timer. And then at 1:50, Texier gets Columbus on the board and ties it from Provorov. That's after a turnover. He buries a rebound. Columbus presses for the lead. There's a post for Chinikov. That puck's cleared out. We get a power play for Nashville. That's killed off. Press by Nashville after it comes to an end. Marchenko to Werenski. There's a near miss there. Voronkov has a slot shot. That's saved. Teams exchange rushes. We get a power play for Columbus. Shorthanded McCarron chance is saved. That power play's killed off. Press by Nashville with 6.5 minutes left. Jenner scores, but the referee says high stick, and the review says, yep, that goal doesn't count. Shots are 12-0 Columbus with 5 minutes left. With 1:05 left, Nashville gets a power play. There's a shorthanded fast break for Jenner. He misses high there. It's 1-1 after 2. Third period. Columbus finishes the kill. Nashville presses at 2 minutes. The shots are 4-2 in their favor at 3.5 minutes. At 4:16, it's Evangelista getting Nashville into the lead from Jankowski and Novak. Columbus draws a power play. That's killed off. McCarron has a wrister. That's held. Columbus presses with 4 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2 minutes left. With 9.6 seconds left, Nashville ices the puck, and Nashville manages to hang on in this one. So your final score is 2-1. Nashville, quite the point streak going for them. They're now 37, 25, and 3 on the season. Columbus 22, 32, and 10 with another hard-fought loss. Shots on net, 19-9 Nashville in the first, 16-13 Nashville in the second, 14-12 Nashville in the third. Final shots, 49-34 for the Preds. Power plays, Nashville 0 for 3, Columbus 0 for 2. Lankinen saved 33 out of 34. Tarasov 47 saves on 49 shots. All right, and the last game we're going to review. So, the Canes and the Devils, Kochetkov versus Dawes. Is it odd that Dawes had a really good game today? Like, I don't know. Are they going to carry 3? Anyway, all right. So, shots are 1-1 at 4 minutes. Good forechecking by the Canes. Svechnikov has a wrist shot. That's held. Devils have a 3-on-1. That's broken up by Slavin. Nason has a wraparound. That's saved. The Canes press at 8.5 minutes. Shea has a shot that's held. The shots are 6-2 Carolina at the half. We then get a power play for Carolina, and they score on it. At 12:28, it's Natchez from Nason and Teravainen. The Canes press for another. Jack Hughes has a wraparound. That's blocked. It's 1-0 Carolina after 1. Second period. Early press by Carolina. We get a power play for the Devils. That becomes 19 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything's killed off there. Shots are 2-1 for the Devils at 6 minutes. Not a lot of chances either way in this, but of course shot suppression, nothing new in a Carolina game. There's a near miss for Siegenthaler at the net. The Canes have a rush that leads to a penalty by Carolina, so I think it was Svechnikov went to the box there. But that power play's killed off, no shots. Not much room for either team. There was only 20 shots on net in the first 30 minutes. There would be a lot more shots in the second 30 minutes of this game. Canes go to the power play. There's a near miss for Kuznetsov. We end up with 39 seconds of 5-on-3 on a play where a goal was wiped out. So instead, the Canes challenge the goalie interference call, and it's no goal. So instead of it being a 5-on-3, it becomes a 4-on-3, which then becomes a 4-on-4. And at any rate, everything's killed off. So that could have ended up being a mess, but everything gets killed off. And then Dawes holds on to a chance after it's all done. Devils press are kept away from the net until Heischer puts one posting in from the slot. Jack Hughes with the assist at 15:27 to tie the game at 1. Devils draw a power play. The teams exchange rushes. That's killed off. There's a near miss for Heischer on a rush, but it's 1-1 after 2. Third period. Canes applies some pressure, and eventually it works. Kokaniemi with one that banks off one post and then in off of Dawes' back. Fast and Pesci with the assists at 2 minutes and 50 seconds, so the Canes are up 2-1. 2 minutes of 4-on-4 becomes 1 minute and 28 seconds of 4-on-3 for the Devils. It was killed off. There really wasn't any momentum on that power play for New Jersey. The Devils then press at 7 minutes. The shots are 4-2 for the Devils with 9.5 minutes left. Howla has a net feed that's picked off. The goalie gets pulled, but there's a face-off in the Devils' end that forces them to put him back in temporarily. When they get him pulled again, Carolina hits the empty net. It's Svechnikov from Teravainen and Shea at 18:49. To keep things interesting, they pull the goalie and they score, do the Devils. Meyer from Heischer and Jack Hughes at 19:48, but with the goalie pulled at 19:52, Teravainen puts it out of reach. The 4-2 goal is scored, and Carolina goes to 38-19-6 with the win. New Jersey 31-29-4. Hard-fought loss. Shots on net 10-6 Carolina in the first, 8-7 Carolina in the second, 13-9 New Jersey in the third. Final shots are 27-26 for Carolina. Power plays the Canes 1 for 3. New Jersey 0 for 4. The hits 27-18 New Jersey. Kochetkov saves 24-26. Dawes saved 23 out of 25. So both goalies allowed 2. The other 2 goals being empty netters by Carolina. It's one of those odd stat lines. Let me know your thoughts regarding these games in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.